What sets Bugatti apart from the rest? Is it the elegant curves? Or the signature front grille? Or perhaps it's the artistry in every line and detail as it smoothly cuts through the atmosphere while breaking the land speed record. To truly grasp the essence of Bugatti, we are taking a step back in time from the earliest classics to the modern marvels and uncovering the evolution of Bugatti's design language. As we are doing that, I will be sketching the most recent Bugatti, which is the Chiron, as of the time I'm recording this video. And at the end of this video, I want you to rate this sketch from 1 to 5. And the materials I'll be using is just some regular print paper and some graphite pencils, an HB pencil, a 6B pencil, and a 3B pencil. And I'll see which one I will use the most. With that, my name is Caleb. I'm a car design enthusiast and a self-taught artist. With that said, let's sketch and learn. Starting with designed by a man named Ettore Bugatti. He made the Type 10 in 1908 to 1909 in his basement. At the time, he was chief engineer at Deutz Gasmotoren Fabrik, which was located in Cologne, Germany, where he designed gasoline engines. He also worked for a French automaker named Peugeot, where he contributed on the design of the Peugeot BB, which was introduced in 1905. He also made personal cars for himself like the Type 2, Type 5, and Type 8. These earlier cars were not only driven by himself, but also served as prototypes and showcased for his engineering and design innovations. So, the Type 10 had an advanced engine at the time attached to an open roadster body with solid axles front and rear, with leaf springs suspended at the front, while with no suspension on the rear, with cable-operated rear drum brakes. After the contract ended with Deutz, Ettore moved to Alsace region, by then still part of the German Empire, looking for a factory to begin producing his own cars. After World War I, Alsace became part of France, and with it, Bugatti. The car was nicknamed the bathtub due to its shape. However, in later years, Ettore restored it and repainted it an orange-red color, earning it a new nickname, the lobster. It was kept in Bordeaux for decades before falling into private ownership. Today, it's in the hands of a private collector in California, by the time I'm recording this video. Made in 1910, designed by Ettore Bugatti himself, after founding his company bearing his last name, Bugatti. The design was inspired by his love for motorsports, so he designed it with racing in mind, with lightweight construction, although it looked very similar to the Type 10, but it had major upgrades like leaf springs were added on both front and rear, no headlamps on the earlier Type 13, but added on the later ones or later models, with a rear or side spare wheel and fenders actually, with a small windshield. Although it looked like a toy, it was more aerodynamic than the Type 10, which helped the car with better handling, steering, and braking. These elements were retained throughout all future Bugatti designs. The car became a dominant force in motorsport. Although it looked out of place from the rest, it did well in hill climbs, circuit, endurance racing, and it won the 1910 Grand Prix de l'Automobile Club de France, SEF, establishing Bugatti as a serious contender in international racing. Due to its success on the racetrack, Bugatti capitalized on it and made 2000 Type 13s, which were sold to private owners from 1910 to 1926. During the same time period, they made notable models based on the Brescia, like the Type 15, 17, which had a longer wheelbase, Type 22, Type 23, which had few add-ons, but all these models were based on the Type 13, the Brescia, which is the other name. It was also designed by Ettore Bugatti himself. This time he went all in on the design of the Type 35 as a highly competitive race car. Due to how the previous model excelled, the Type 13, on the racetrack, he wanted more of that success. So, the Type 35 was designed with racing in mind, which is highly visible in the design language, and its features were optimized for high-performance racing, which had an aerodynamic, lightweight, well-balanced chassis, allowing it to navigate corners with precision, which is crucial in competitive racing. By the way, aerodynamic knowledge was in its early stages during the 1920s. So the Type 35 became the most iconic and successful Bugatti on the racetrack. It dominated and won numerous Grand Prix races. In its debut year 1924, won 5 world championships from 1926 to 1930, won in endurance races multiple times, and success continued even after its official production had ceased, as privateer drivers and racing teams continued to compete and won races with the Type 35 chassis into the 1930s. Designed by the man himself, Ettore Bugatti, it is said that the Royale came about because he didn't like the comments made by an English lady who compared his cars unfavorably with those of Rolls-Royce. That motivated Ettore to a point that he wanted it to be the ultimate luxury car of its time. It was inspired by the elegance and grandeur of the 1920s and 1930s, with a focus on opulence, comfort and performance. It had a 12.7-liter engine, longer wheelbase, long hood, wide fenders, a small elephant statue on the front, which is also a radiator cup, stylish design on the side, which allowed 2-color scheme. It looked like the separation of the color scheme looked like a letter C, something visible to recent Bugatti models, and mostly it was highly customizable. Fun fact, it was on this model where they introduced the horseshoe front grille, which is synonymous with Bugatti and makes it recognizable. Although previous model had it, but it was refined on this one and became part of Bugatti's identity. Ettore wanted to make 25 of these masterpieces, but due to its timing, the Great Depression, unfortunately, he only managed to sell 3 out of the 7 made. To this day, 6 of them still exist, while 1 was destroyed in a wreck. Despite its limited commercial success during its time, the Type 41 still remain as the symbol of automotive craftsmanship, and today these cars are highly valued by collectors actually, and enthusiasts for their rarity and history. Designed by Jean Bugatti, who was Ettore's third child, he was a notable contributor in the company as he helped design other iconic cars like the Type 22, Type 32 Tank, the Royale, the Type 41, in terms of the car's body design and aesthetics. He was known for innovative, stylish designs. So when the Type 55 was introduced at the 1931 Paris Motor Show, the car design was inspired by the 51 Grand Prix car, the Type 51 Grand Prix car, and a few Type 41 Royal styling. It came in Roadster and Coupe versions. It was often criticized by viewers and journalists for its lack of practicality. Nonetheless, the Type 55 was among the earliest cars which had both a luxurious design with high performance numbers, and only 38 of them were built. Also designed by Jean Bugatti, it was introduced in the 1930s, featured a design language that was a departure from some Bugatti's earlier models. The Type 57 exhibited more streamlined and elegant designs compared to some Bugatti's previous models. It incorporated curved fenders and smoother body lines, departing from the more angular designs from the past. Not forgetting the horseshoe front grille, it featured unique headlight designs depending on the body style and year. It could have headlights integrated into the fenders or mounted on the front fenders. Had a long hood and a sloping roofline. They improved the interior of the 57. It was more luxurious than the previous model, the Type 55, with high quality materials and finishes, without compromising performance actually. It was a success of the Type 47, however, it came in different body types including the iconic Atalante and Atlantic coupes. Just look at this one. It achieved success on the road and in motorsport events. Approximately 710 Type 57s were built. The Bugatti Type 57 remains highly regarded in the automotive world for its design, engineering and performance, reflecting the Bugatti tradition of excellence in both aesthetics and driving capabilities. It is a rare gem at the moment. It was also designed by Jean Bugatti before he tragically died at a young age of 30 while testing the Type 57C in 1939, and unfortunately 8 years later his father, Ettore Bugatti, the founder himself, passed away in 1947. just 2 years after the Second World War ended. However, the Type 101 was made in 1951 to 1965. The design was inspired by previous models like the Type 57 and improved upon by modernizing it according to that time period, post-World War II. It had a streamlined and aerodynamic body, showcasing smooth flowing lines that were keeping up with the design trends of the early 50s. The horseshoe front grille integrated headlights with luxurious finishes in the interior. They only built a limited amount of the Type 101, with some sources indicating that approximately only 6 to 8 were built. The Bugatti Type 101 is a rare and relatively less known model in the Bugatti lineup. While it may not have achieved the same level of recognition as some of Bugatti's earlier models, it reflects the company's ongoing commitment to luxury and craftsmanship during its financial struggle. It was designed by a team of designers led by Marcello Gandini, an Italian automotive designer known for his work on iconic cars like the Lamborghini Mirai and Countach. The EB110 was made after the company was sold to an Italian entrepreneur, Romano Attioli, after years of financial difficulties. The EB110 was created to pay homage to Bugatti's heritage, while incorporating modern design and engineering. It was characterized by its aerodynamic and angular body, aimed to optimize performance and handling, not forgetting the horseshoe grille, although it was small on this model, connecting it to its heritage. Functional side air intakes behind the gull wing doors, providing both unique look and easier access to the cabin. Without overlooking the performance of the car, it had big rear wing and a sporty cabin. It boasted an impressive performance figures, making it one of the fastest cars of its time. Despite challenges related to its high production costs and economic climate of the early 1990s, the Bugatti EB110 remains a notable car in the company's history due to its performance capabilities and distinctive design. It helped pave the way for Bugatti's resurgence in the 21st century. In May 1998, Volkswagen Group acquired the rights to use the Bugatti name and logo. For them to succeed the EB110 model, produced under the previous leadership, the automaker quickly released a series of concept cars designed by Giugiaro, powered by a Volkswagen-made W16 engine. The first concept car was the EB118, which was a two-door luxury coupe. Next, the EB218, which was a four-door luxury sedan. The third and final concept was the 18/3 Chiron, a mid-engine sports car. However, in October 1999, Bugatti unveiled a fourth concept car in Tokyo, the EB18/4 Veyron, which was a mid-engine sports car. This time, it was designed in-house under the direction of Hartmut Jacob. The exterior design was done by Joseph Caban, who was a Volkswagen guy. The Veyron was released, or rather say produced, in 2005. The design was inspired by Bugatti's history of high-performance cars and the desire to create the world's fastest and most powerful production car, without compromising luxury and quality. The design was influenced by the need of high-speed stability and aerodynamic efficiency. The horseshoe was bigger than that of the EB110. The Veyron body was carefully sculptured to manage airflow and reduce drag. Every curve served a purpose. However, we can see subtle, familiar design visuals which are there to pay homage to the rich history of Bugatti. Like when you look at the side of this car, similar to the Type 41, Type 55 or Type 57 put together, combined into one, with a fighter jet inspired cabin, giving it a driver-focused cabin and tone of fine finishes, with quad exhaust pipes, a line starting from the front on the horseshoe grille all the way up to the spoiler. It came in a two-door hardtop and a removable coupe. It had a rear airflow spoiler, which is automatically adjusted based on the speed of the car, combining it with a W16 engine, making it a 21st century hypercar icon. Let me rephrase that. The first 21st century hypercar icon. Approximately less than 500 Veyrons were made. Production ran from 2005 to 2015 and got replaced by a more powerful and technically advanced and visually stunning Bugatti Chiron. Just like the founder Ettore Bugatti felt after experiencing success of the Type 13 Brescia and deciding to make a much more powerful and advanced race car of his time in the name of the Type 35, the current Bugatti management felt the same. So, they assembled a team of engineers and designers, but are more focused on designers, to work on a new car. The design team was led by Akim Ashedit,
Oh, I won't do that.
the chief designer at the time, and 3 other notable persons, namely Frank Hay, who is the current head of design, Sasha Selipanov, who also worked on the Koenigsegg Gemera, and Etienne Salome, a well-known French car designer. Production of the Chiron began in 2016. This car had a similar name from the third concept they revealed in the 1990s, which was the 18/3 Chiron. The name came from the Monegasque driver Louis Chiron. The Chiron's design focused on aerodynamic efficiency to achieve optimal performance. Its sculpted surfaces and air intakes are designed to manage airflow for high-speed stability. It featured sleek lines exuding a sense of power, speed and performance, with quad-LED headlights which provide both an elegant design element and superior illumination. They brought back the rear airfoil, which was first introduced in the Veyron, which automatically adjusts according to the speed of the car to improve downforce and handling at high speeds, with intricately designed alloy wheels which not only look aesthetically striking but also enhance its performance. With the rear wheels inches bigger than the front wheels, they didn't forget to carefully add the horseshoe grille to continue the rich history of the company's unique design. And to pay homage to the previous Bugattis before it, they added a distinctive but recognizable centerline ridge which runs from the horseshoe grille up to the rear and the C-shaped pillar on the side profile, which we also saw in the Veyron and was technically introduced in the classic Type 41. Combining all these with a driver-focused luxurious interior and a W16 engine, making it a masterpiece on 4 wheels. Over 350 Chirons are made at the time of recording this video, with different variants and specifications, with other Bugatti based on the Chiron like the La Voce Noir, which was made in 2019, the Divo in 2018, and the Centodeci, which paid homage to the Bugatti EB110, and currently the Mistra. As the production of the Chiron coming to an end, a partnership of Porsche, which is part of the Volkswagen Group, which owns 45% in Bugatti, with Rimac Hypercar Electric, which now owns 55% of Bugatti, calling the partnership Bugatti Rimac. So, I can't wait for the next masterpiece on wheels. It could be an electric masterpiece on wheels, according to the current trends in the automotive world. And see if they will continue Ettore Bugatti's legacy of perfecting innovation, speed and luxury. In short, a mechanical Mona Lisa. Thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to rate this drawing I just made. I want to see if my artwork is great or bad. I'm listening to all of you. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed this video. Just leave a like or subscribe. Thank you very much.